Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoot, back with the International Trainers League. We're in week 3. We are 1-1 after suffering a defeat to the Portland Crowbats after winning their week 1 match. So, won week 1, lost week 2, and here we are in week 3 taking on Jay Specs, coach of the Hamdem Hydreigons, and he has brought some powerful shit. But not the powerful shit I thought he was going to bring. He actually had Victini and fucking Mega Pincer. And I don't see him, so thank God for that. So we see Suicune, Sneasel, Donphan, Bronzong, Roserade, and Conkeldurr. So we brought Miltank, Mandibuzz, pretty much the staples on the team, for our defense anyway. Jirachi, Mega Diancie once again, those 4, and Rotom Heat making another appearance. And then we have the debut of Mincemeat, the Salamence, and have a pretty cool set for the Salamence. Hoping it can put in work once we get rid of the likes of Sneasel and Donphan. Perhaps weaken Suicune if it has Roar or something, because we are a setup variant with Moxie. We are a Rock Polish Mega Diancie. We are a Rotom Heat with an Expert Belt, speed creeping, basically outspeed everything, minus an offensive Roserade and Sneasel, obviously. Have a max speed Jirachi, which is kind of useless since he doesn't have any of the things that we speed tie with, mostly the Victini. And then, yeah, Salamence is Dragon Dance. So, yeah, we'll get into that though. Just go ahead and hop into the battle here. I'm going to lead with Miltank to get my rocks up. But he actually leads Conkeldurr. Pause for a second. This man, look at his nicknames of all of his Pokemon. Shout out to anybody that gets the references. He goes for knockoff here. Kind of predicted that, stayed in and went for my Stealth Rocks. And I judged the damage, and it's actually a choice band. So I'm actually going to stay in and just milk drink. No. Yeah. I stayed in and milk drink because I knew he was banned. And then next time I have a surprise for him if he wants to attack me. I think I do. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, he goes out to his Bronzong here, so I'm going out straight to my Jirachi, and I'm going to set up a substitute. We got a pure special attacking Jirachi this week. Puts in work behind the sub versus his team. If you get Jordan Von Strangle and the Bronze Kneecap, we'll go over the rest as they come in. Here I set up my sub and go for Psychic. Do have a chance to lower his special defense. And we do get the drop. Now I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon expecting the Sneasel to come in. But he actually just goes for the knockoff, which is really good on his part. Seems to be an offensive variant. And now I'm just going to go for the Psychic to knock him out. But he hard switches into his Bronzong. Quad resist and does 0 damage. Almost negative. And we're not going to say we're Jirachi here, we're just going to get some damage off. and go for the shadow ball as he goes for the gyro ball. So we see that it's a specially defensive bronze zone, meaning Salamence, after a dragon dance, can put in some major work since we do pack crunch. We're just going to go into Rotom Heat here, throw off a Thunderbolt. And he's going to withdraw and go back into Von Strangle. And it does over half. So we're going to stay in here and we're going to go for another one. He probably thinks we're specs at the damage it just did, but we're actually just max special attack. And he brings in his Donphan here, and we're going to swap up and show him we're not choiced into anything. We're going to go for the Hidden Power Ice. Knock out the Donphan here. Now he brings back in the Conkeldurr. The Bronze Kneecap is gone. And now we are going to live this Mach Punch, and now Jordan Von Strangle is gone. So Rotom Heat putting in the finest of work. And he brings out Sneasel. But Conkeldurr is gone, and we have a dedicated switch into this, being the Miltank, who is at full HP and has already lost its item. So knockoff there, not doing much. Expected the low kick, so I went for the counter. But he switched out to the Suicune, which is a good play on his part. But we're not letting this thing set up on us. And he goes straight for the Calm Mind. And like I said, Mandibuzz is here for this reason. Get in, eat the plus one attack, and use the Whirlwind and get him out of there. So thankful that's 100% accuracy. And here it's going to drag in the Sneasel, which takes 25% from rocks, which is really good for us. And expecting the Icicle Crash, we're going to swap right back out to 2%. We eat that up thanks to our thick fat ability, and we can just milk drink. I'm going to switch out into Rotom in case he went for Calm Mind. I just wanted to get a big Thunderbolt off. But he actually just goes for the Scald. So kind of sack my Rotom. For no real reason. At this point, I was starting to believe it didn't have Ice Beam. So I'm just waiting on an opportunity to get Salamence in to pretty much set up a sub. Yeah, substitute Salamence with Dragon Dance. Goes for the scald again. I'm just going to roost off the damage. I'm going to go for another roost here, I do believe. Luckily, I'm not getting burnt. Luckily. This is one of the more haxless battles, in my opinion, though. Thankfully, on both sides. He's going to set up a combine now. And I should have whirlwinded because he probably has rest if he's setting up the combine with a status. He probably has rest. So I went for a whirlwind there, and he'd have took rock damage and more poison damage when he came in. I'd have been in a solid position. Here he makes a double switch after the Sneasel's brought in from the whirlwind. Very good double switch, but I guess he kind of has Sneasel as a sack now instead of it just dying for no reason. But he's going to be able to two-hit KO me here. And I'm just going to try to get damage off. Put him in range of a Dragon Claw. But judging his bulk and seeing the black sludge, I just wasn't comfortable with allowing Salamence to take damage. So I'm going to go into She-Bone here and try to get just a little bit more damage off. And he actually gets a crit, which kind of sucks because that means he can potentially knock me out with the next Sludge Bomb if he gets a high roll. But Mandibuzz, being the fucking beast, survives on what, 4 HP? And now he reveals rest. So immediately I'm just going to start roosting up. Jirachi, Rotom, and Miltank are all down. Donphan and Conkeldurr are down for him. He still has Suicune, Sneasel, Roserade, and Bronzong. So 4-3 right now. And he's brought in Suicune the Beast again. And here I'm starting to count his Sleep Talks, his Rest, and his Scalds. Of course, Scald, Calm Mind, and Rest doesn't take from his PP as long as he's under the Sleep Talk move. And I Whirlwind here, and he brings in the Sneasel, which is knocked out. And that's the reason I let my Miltank go down, because when the Sneasel came in, it was dead to rocks anyway. So I didn't really need Miltank. So I was just trying to get damage off for Salamence to sweep. But Roserade revealed rest and it fucked up my plan. So I had to be a little innovative here. I'm going to try to pull something out. And yeah, Suicune's one of the most hated Pokemon on my list of Pokemon I hate. Yeah, it's like a top 5 Pokemon that I hate to face. If that makes sense. Up there with Cresselia is number 1. Suicune's probably 2 through 5, somewhere around through there. And Chechu Betches, Chip Skylark, Wandissimo, if you didn't catch those nicknames as well, there's Jordan Von Strangle and Mr. Crocker and the Bronze Kneecap. I highly suggest you try to relive your childhood. So Suicune is awake and able to fire off some Scalds. And I'm just gonna try to throw off a Toxic. He finally gets the burn there, rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate. And at this point, I know what I've got to do. I've got a Whirlwind. And I just got to keep whirlwinding. I got to make it to where when he swaps out here, Chechu Betcha. When he swaps out, he's going to go into Suicune every time. Or Roserade. He doesn't want his Bronzong in versus my Manabuzz. And I was learning this multiple switches. He did not want his Bronzong in. Now he just starts throwing off some Sludge Bombs, and I go for the Whirlwind again. And here I'm going to predict him to switch into Suicune or Roserade, and I'm going to make a risk versus reward play here. If he goes for Gyro Ball, I lose my Mega Diancie. If he doesn't, and he switches out to Suicune or Roserade, then I have a Mega Diancie in versus one of them. I'm going to go for the Whirlwind one more time before I do this though. I want to make sure 100% that I have the matchup I want. And here it's do or die. In my opinion, at this moment, it's do or die. I'm going to bring my Mega Diancie in on this play. He's not going to go for Gyro Ball, and I'm going to be able to get an Earth Power or a Hidden Power Fire off, depending on what I think his set is. If I think he's Heat Proof, I'm going for the Earth Power, and if I think he's Levitate, I'm going for the Hidden Power Fire. And he gets the Gyro Ball off, and goodbye Diancie. It was a nice try. So my last hope Yes, it's you, Salamence, mincemeat, Mr. Jambad. Spray your greatness on us. We go for the Dragon Dance. And he reveals Hidden Power Ice. Pops our Yachi Berry. Pops our Yachi Berry. And we do know that he is a special defensive variant, and a +1 crunch will knock him out. Now we're at +2 with our Moxie boost. And he brings out Suicune. Dragon Claw does not kill. Dragon Claw has a chance to kill, let me rephrase that. It's actually in my favor to kill. But we're not packing Dragon Claw, we're packing Outrage because this man has no fairies on his team. Boosted to +3 Moxie Mints. And since we Dragon Dance, we 100% outspeed the Roserade. And Salamence is going to come through and pick up the 2-0 victory as he gets confused at the end of the battle, but he's going back into my goddamn Pokeball, and we get the win. Moving on to 2-1. Great game to J-Specs and the Hydreigons. Pretty fun match, actually. Wonder what it would have been like if he brought Mega Pinsir and Victini, but he didn't, so I was relieved, but still hell of a game. And next up we face the we face Andy the Overlord. Bexlaheth Bisharks? I'm not sure how you say that. It's from overseas. But yeah, it's Andy the God. It don't matter how you say it. It ends up just being GG. It's Andy the God. It's got a powerful, powerful team. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the battle, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feedback helps me. And yeah, like I said, I'll see you guys next time when we face Andy.